Morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're back here at FC Kerbeck Buick GMC in Palmyra, New Jersey to check out this brand new 2025 GMC Acadia. This is the base elevation trim with front wheel drive. The color here, Summit White. We have a black cloth interior. There's only one option package on this vehicle from base, and that's what I want to try to give you as far in terms of value. If you're looking for a midsize plus, I would call this SUV, and you've taken a look at that Traverse LT we did a while ago, I'll put that video at the end of this one. Would you rather have the GMC Acadia elevation over that Traverse LT, since GMC a little higher up in the General Motors food chain than Chevy? You can let me know as we go through this SUV. So let's dig in. The front end of this Acadia elevation in Summit White, and as we move on in, we're going to go with a full spread of LED lighting across the front, including the turn signals. We're going to have gloss black on the upper part of the grille with the red GMC logo right in the middle, and then we're going to have some flat black on the lower part of the grille. Functionality in the grille, top and bottom, but these side air curtains are non-functional. As we come around to our wheel and tire setup, now these are optional wheels. The standard elevation trim comes with 18-inch wheels. These are upgraded 22-inch gloss black aluminum alloy wheels with the GMC badge on the center cap. These wheels are wrapped in Continental cross contact all-season tires, 275 on the width, a 45 series sidewall 22s, all four corners. Front wheel drive only, but you can get this elevation trim in all-wheel drive if you want to spend a little bit more money. There is the Summit White with the flat black accents around the door sills and the wheel wells. As we come in further, we have the blacked out Acadia badge on the front door. That's also a blacked out option on the window sticker. Of course, we'll see that a little bit later on the sticker. Then we're going to go gloss black side view mirrors, LED turn signals, 360-degree view cameras. We have color matched front and rear door handles, left side fuel filler cap, up top, gloss black roof rails, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof, a lot of real estate for no sunroof. And then down around the back, we have the roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below on the glass. And then we're going to have a full spread of LED lighting in the back of this as well. So I do like all this LED lighting on a base trim. The black gloss black strip right across with the red GMC badge on it. Down below, we're going to have gloss black down around the rear bumper, and we do have those quad tip chromed up exhaust finishers. We are under the hood of this 25 Acadia elevation, and we have GMC's 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle can tow up to 5,000 pounds, MPGs, 20 in the city, 27 on the highway, 23 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price 25 Acadia elevation front wheel drive, 43 grand. We have one option package on here, which is called the Black Edition, for $2,400. Once we add that in and a destination and delivery charge of $1,395 from GMC's Lansing, Michigan assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $46,795. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll come in closer. We're going to have soft touch across the top. Then we're going to have some flat black trim, chrome trim into your door handle area. Nice soft armrest with the stitching, flat black on the switchgear. Of course, elevation trim is not going to give you power fold mirrors. And down further here, you do have a good sized door pocket. We have the button to pop the tailgate, and then we have the premium 12-speaker Bose sound system. And then right in here, we do have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. Full power with lumbar for the driver, manual assist front passenger. Then we have this black cloth. The official color here for this interior is After Dark, but it's basically black with gray. With some stitching, bolstering feels soft, headrest very soft. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver. Over to our dash, we're going to have soft touch stitching, more of this flat black designed trim into your heat and air vent, and then more soft touch here, and then nice large glove box. Now we come on over to the 15-inch vertically mounted infotainment system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, pinch to zoom capability, very, very good right here. Now we're going to start down below. Oop, I zoomed in too fast. We are going to zoom down below. There's your volume knob right there. And here is your dual climate setup with our toggle switches to adjust it. So I do like that. However, if you do want to go into the climate system and bring it up here on the screen, you can do that. We'll show you that in a minute. But we do have 3-stage heated seats right here for the driver and the front passenger. Nice touch and a base trim. And if we come up further, up here we have our widgets across the top. So here's our map, here's our music. Right here, right now we're on Sirius XM. And you have AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Google News, Amazon Alexa, and your podcasts. We'll get out of that. And then we have our home screen, which can be edited depending on what you may want to see up here using these little edit features. And then we can go to our home base, which is going to give us all our apps, our vehicle status, My GMC to hook the vehicle up with your smartphone. Here's your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, cameras, again, Amazon Alexa, your trailering app. If you have your lights test and your checklist, again, as I mentioned earlier, 5,000 pounds of towing on this vehicle, Wi-Fi hotspot, and all that jazz in here. And it's nice and responsive to the touch. So that's a good deal. We can go back here to our home button, or we can go back to the map. Now let's take a look at our backup camera. It's shrunk down a little bit, but it still takes up a good amount of the screen, nice and large with 360-degree view and trajectory. And you have additional views down here that you can choose depending on what you're doing. So I do like that. And then we can come down here to our little widgets. Here is our lights, where we can turn on and off our headlights or turn them on auto right there. And then we have our lane keep assist on or off. And then we have our controls, which we can bring up, where we can adjust dome lighting, traction control, auto high beams. You can also go into more controls, get your doors and windows, drive and park, right? Traction control on or off, lane keep assist on or off. So that's where you have that. But in the base trim, you're not going to see ambient lighting in this system. But it is a nice system on a base trim. We do have push button start right over there. And then down further, wireless charging pad, 2 USB-Cs, and an area for storage. We do have some gray trim here instead of gloss black. That'll hide fingerprints and scratches better. Chrome trim ring and our GMC key fob. Right here. Lock, unlock, remote start, pop the tailgate, and our panic button. GMC on the back. And then a nice large armrest. Pretty soft too. We can open that up. We have a removable tray and then a larger area underneath for storage. We also have a floating center console, and underneath, as you can see, you have a larger area that's rubberized for storage with a 12-volt. Acadia steering wheel, leather wrap wheel with the cross stitch, trim ring, GMC badge, some chrome trim to lift the wheel up, round bottom wheel, but this is a big open and airy passenger cabin. Plenty of room to get in and out at 5'11", no sweat. We do have adaptive cruise over here on the left. On the right, you got your heated steering wheel, as well as telephone voice commands, controls for the digital dash. We do have paddles to go up and down this 8-speed automatic manually if you would like. Left stalk, front and rear wiper, turn signals, high beams. And then on the right, there is your gear shift. And over here on the left, you have your electric parking brake. These are the modes for your infotainment system, or excuse me, modes, drive modes. Hello, Mike. And then we have our engine auto stop start on or off, and brighten the or dim the dash. Now, let's check out our drive modes, and they'll show up over here on the infotainment screen. So we have up top, we have normal, then we have sport, then we have snow, ice, and then we have tow haul. So a nice set of drive modes for base trim vehicle. And then as we swing into the dash, we have the 11-inch fully digital dash, and you can bring up different themes. You can bring up your map in here. You can, I call this my adaptive cruise look. And then you have your regular classic look, or you can come back to map. So it all depends on what you want to see when you're going down the road. but it is very clear. Overhead console, you got a spot for your sunglasses right there. And now, if you want your LED dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, you do nothing. Leave all the buttons off. When you open the door, lighting come on, close the door, lighting dims out. Four-way hazards, SOS button in case of emergency on the road. OnStar in case you need to talk to GM. No roof to show you, so we have a framed rear view mirror with manual dimming function. Then we have our sun visor with vanity and a light. Does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the mid-row bench seat of this three-row SUV, but first the rear door panel will move in closer. Same vibe, right? Soft touch material, that flat black trim with the design, the chrome, the soft armrest. Nice consistency of design front to back. No change in materials. I do like that on a base trim. I have the seat set for my driving position, so we'll hop right on in. Easy to get into too. No problem. Nice flat tall roof. I'm 5'11". I got tons of room here in this mid-row. We have cloth all the way down, seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger, 2 cup holders for the mid-row, and then down further, you have rear climate, 2 USB-Cs, and a home power source, and then an area to store things underneath that. But that is a nice feature here in a base trim. Now, as we come around to the bench, the same cloth, the same color combo, right after dark. We don't have an armrest. I think I'd like to see one on this bench, but at least we got some cup holders here since we don't have the armrest. So I'll give them a little bit of slack on that one, but let's go check out row number 3. Getting in the third row, well, there's the button on the back of the captain's chair. You just pull the button and, oh, it's stiff. Oh, it's stiff. There we go. And we can move it forward. That needs a little bit more use. Probably the first time they've been pushed forward. Now we can jump into row number 3. And again, the same color combo with the cloth. We come to the back, we have cup holder, an area for storage, and a USB-C on the right. And then on the left over here, we have the same cup holder, USB-C. So we have connectivity. I do have, as you can see, heat and air vents in the roof with LED lighting, all for the mid-row and for row number 3 to keep myself with plenty of light and, of course, comfortable in either the winter or the summer. Getting in the cargo area of this Acadia Elevation, well, it's a power lift gate, so you can pop it from the key fob, you can pop it from the driver door panel, or you can come to the back and right underneath the C in GMC, there's a button. You hit it, beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. Now with the third row up, 23 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Acadia Elevation. We do have carpeted floor mats underneath here. We do have some more storage, and underneath that panel, we have our spare tire. We do have a 12 volt in the back, which is nice for a base trim with some tie downs. So I do like that. And you can drop the third row. Now the seat operation, of course, is going to be manual in a base trim. So you just pull the strap, keep tension on it, and throw the third row seat down. Pull the strap, keep tension on it, and throw the third row down. And now you have more room in case you have longer items. But if you need that mid-row bench down as well, you can't drop it. There's no levers in the cargo area, so you got to go around to each door. So you come around to each door and lift this lever. And down they'll go. And then we can go around and do the other side. Lift the lever. Down they'll go. And now, with this big boxy shape and a much larger SUV than the outgoing Acadia, we're looking at 97.5 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Acadia, same as the Traverse LT, and the same size as a Grand Highlander as well. Window sticker, we got some tint and now the clouds have moved in, so I'm going to try to give you this shot as best I can. 25 Acadia Elevation, I think that is now in focus. Summit white, cloth after dark. We'll come over to the standard equipment, left to right. There is that one option, the black edition for $2,400. And then Total vehicle price $46,795. MPG estimates, safety ratings, made by GMC at Lansing, Michigan. Take this baby out for a spin. We're out on the road in this 25 elevation front wheel drive. Don't see a lot of front wheel drive only elevations on dealer lots, especially here in the Northeast, where I think most people are going after all-wheel drive. But that's going to add some money. So that's why I chose something that gets the price down as low as possible on one of these mega midsize SUVs, because it is really big for a midsize. You know, most midsize SUVs you're looking at between 80 and 85 cubic feet of space with both rear seats down. And this one's got 97.5, so it really is midsize plus. Like the Traverse, like the Buick Enclave on the GMC side and GM side, and the Grand Highlander on the Toyota side, and even one you probably haven't thought of, the Volkswagen Atlas on the Euro side is about the same size as far as cargo space, even though the exterior looks a lot smaller. So, but you know what? The ride is still just fine. The suspension's well damped. It feels good. No doubt about that. The visibility is great out of all the windows. Nice big side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that jazz in this vehicle for safety, which I like. And it gets up to speed very easily. And you still have like a snow and ice mode, even though it's only front wheel drive. And I know some people would rather have all wheel drive. But, you know, I just want to let people know that front wheel drive options for this base trim are out there, and they're going to save you some money. I mean, under 47 grand. That's still a lot of money for a car, but we're right at the average price for a new car in the United States today. That's about 48.5. So we're at 46. Let's round up to 47. We're right there. And we get a lot of room. We get this nice 15-inch infotainment with built-in nav, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. I got heated seats. I got a heated steering wheel. I got wireless charging. I got USB connectivity for the front passengers, for the mid row, and for the third row. So there's a lot of value in this base trim. There really is. Now the steering is light, as you would expect in an SUV, but it's fairly direct. Nothing crazy though. And the get up and go isn't bad. We've got the Turbo 4, which most of these SUVs are going with now. There are some left with V6s, but the V6 left the Acadia when they redesigned it for the 2024 model year. So the last year you could get a V6 Acadia was 2023. And so we're 2 years removed from that. But overall, the Turbo 4 brings enough power. You got 5,000 pounds of towing, which is right on par with other midsize SUVs. So you let me know if you're looking at one of these types of vehicles. Is this terrain elevation something that you would rock and roll down the road with? You let me know. Put it in the comments. Now this does have the black edition, right? So that for $2,400 more, so that is going to give you these 22-inch wheels rather than the standard 18. I think they look a lot better with the 22s, to be honest with you, but it's going to make their turning radius a bit wider. Standard turning radius for an elevation trim is 19.5 feet, but that's with the smaller wheels. Once you go to 22, it's going to be more like 20.5 feet, maybe 20.25, something in there. It's going to be a lot wider once you go with these bigger wheels. But the ride is still very, very smooth, and you still get a good amount of meat on your sidewall, even with the bigger wheels. And I'm very pleased with how this looks, but you let me know if you're in the market for one of these midsize plus SUVs. And the Traverse LT is nice, but you want a little bit better amenities on the interior. You want an interior that is a little bit more finished out, because GMC is higher up in the GM food chain than Chevy, would this Elevation be something you would rather have than that Traverse LT at a price point of under 47 grand? You let me know, put it in the comments. But I do want to thank FC Kerbeck Buick GMC here in Palmyra, New Jersey, for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2025 GMC Acadia Elevation front-wheel drive in Summit White for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.